Hi, everybody. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture, Ginger. It's not cute not knowing, as we love to say. And I got to tell you, this coronavirus has literally changed all of us around the world. I know here in Philadelphia, I'm only allowed to come to work for a couple of hours, and I do my show, and then I'm running to do this. I don't have Toya. I don't have Dexter. They are working from home. They're really trying to keep people out of this building that we work in. Stay prayed up, y'all. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Life as we know it has changed forever. I don't even know, and I openly said, like, when will life go back to normal? I don't know if we're going to know what normal is when life does go back, because at least for the next 2 months, they're encouraging so many things shut down. Are people going to go crazy because they can finally come outside? But stay prayed up and let's practice kindness. Before we get started, because yes, I do have a lot of stuff to tell you, there was a guy who sent in a comment, and he must be new. Because we snatch people up here, and wanted to know why Toya stood up. Was it because she was dark-skinned? Baby, you must be new. She likes to stand, and when she comes back, she'll be standing right with me. She doesn't stand because she's dark-skinned. And for you to try to bring that negativity, we're not going to have it. Maybe you guys have seen it in the comments, and you could snatch him up. But this is not the time nor the place for that foolishness. Let's get started with the man who almost became the mayor of Florida. We're talking about Andrew Gillum. This case gets bizarrer and bizarrer. He came this close, everybody, to being the governor of Florida. Well, he has entered rehab for alcoholism. Last week was not good. Him, another man who actually OD'd, and another man who they found out was a male escort were found in a room. Andrew Gillum was very drunk. It happened in Miami. One of the men OD'd on men, but the other man, the male escort, said, I don't know nothing about no wedding, because Andrew Gillum said, I was at a wedding, I had too much to drink. He said, I don't know nothing about no wedding. I'm a male escort. So it kind of like really opened up a Pandora's box of what was going on in that room. Andrew Gillum said he was depressed after losing the election to be the governor of Florida. He said his father was an alcoholic, and somehow it ran in the family. There was blood, there was feces, it was a mess, that room. His political career is done. His days on CNN are done. Let's hope he can get the help that he needs through rehab, and that he can prepare his family, because he was married with 3 kids. Maybe he needs to come out, step into his truth, but married with 3 kids, really, really a shame. Tiffany Haddish. Who done hurt our girl? Tiffany Haddish went to social media. This must be the new thing to do when someone hurts you. You're a liar. You're a hater. You're a lying piece of... You never cared about me. Just the other day, she was posing with Common, who she's been dating for the past 6 months. Beyonce's mom said it. She's been dating him for the past 6 months. They were with their, you know how they do the paint things? You go to these birthday places and do the painting. They just did that. They were smiling. They were happy. What happened? Common, did you hurt Tiffany Haddish? Now, we often wondered. I know me and Toya caught Common in the hall one day. How come he can't keep a woman? Angela Rod, the CNN commentator. Serena Williams. He really ain't been right since Erykah Badu. I always said that he changed after Erykah Badu. But what is it? And Common, did you hurt Tiffany Haddish? I'm sure the other shoe is going to drop. Our prayers go out to rapper Eric B. His 28-year-old daughter, Erica Barrier, is fighting for her life. She was in a car accident in Connecticut where her car was hit by a big rig truck. She is fighting for her life as we speak. You know, Eric B has been through a lot. He's on the show Blue Bloods, of course, legendary rapper Eric B and Rakim. But he was arrested last year on an outdated warrant, and he was in the jail. He's going through a rough time. Please send prayers to Eric B and his family on his 28-year-old daughter. Steven Spielberg is bringing West Side Story to the big screen. It hit Broadway in 1957. It was a huge movie, which won a ton of Academy Awards in 1961. It didn't dawn on me, because I'm like, Toya, you got to see it. You got to see it. She said, Patty, this movie is racist. And I never looked at it like that. But back then, white actors portrayed Puerto Ricans, and they darkened them up. The movie is about star-crossed lovers, pride, prejudice, and violence. I love musicals, so I was really like into the movie. Steven Spielberg has hired Puerto Ricans to play Puerto Ricans in West Side Story. The actress who's playing the Rita Moreno, Anita role, she is Afro-Latina. Speaking of Rita Moreno, she won the Academy Award for West Side Story. She is serving as a producer on the movie. It hits theaters in December, but Steven Spielberg says he wanted to bring this musical, and he also wanted to right the many wrongs that was made nearly 60 years ago. Got a lot of stories here. Charlamagne the God. He's been with The Breakfast Club on Power 105 in New York for 10 years. Is he planning on leaving the show? His contract is up at the end of the year. Sources say he is mentally checked out of the show and that he's exploring his options. The dynamics of this very powerful show, the videos, everything, will certainly change if Charlamagne the God does not stay. Any fan of any Cheech and Chong movies out there? Erykah Badu wants to bring that whole Cheech and Chong thing, but she wants to star. So I guess in addition to the Senate, vagina candles, and weed, she wants to star in the new Cheech and Chong movie. You may have noticed, if you're a watcher of the Today Show, Al Roker, Craig Melvin, not on the show, a staffer on the third hour of Today was diagnosed with the coronavirus, so they're keeping them off the air just in the meantime to check them out. This Wednesday on Hulu, everybody, Kerry Washington, she's teaming up with Reese Witherspoon. She's producing this, Little Fires Everywhere. It's based on a book. Now I want to read the book because it looks so incredible in the story that they're telling. Kerry's on the cover of InStyle magazine, proving that there is life after Scandal. Taraji P. Henson has a new movie that's going to start streaming on Netflix. Coffee and Kareem. She plays the girlfriend of a white Detroit cop, and she, the cop, and her 11-year-old son are going after criminals. It starts streaming on Netflix on April the 3rd. Don't forget Madam C.J. Walker, everybody, Self-Made. That starts streaming on Netflix on Friday. It's been confirmed Zendaya will be in Spider-Man 3. Tom Holland will be back, Spider-Man 3, and filming is starting this summer. There's a movie coming out about Richard Williams, and Will Smith is going to play the father of the tennis greats. And a lot of people are saying, we can't see Will Smith playing this. No, y'all got to see the pictures. We're going to do it in the weekend edition. He looks like him, just a little bit lighter, but full gray beard and the whole nine. They're doing this movie, which is going to be out in theaters in November. Richard Williams, who is 77 years old, is making headlines today because he's not well. He is suffering from dementia, and they're trying to get him out of the marriage to the much younger woman. Lakeisha Williams is 41. She has been accused of remortgaging the family home for $300,000. Lakeisha says, yes, I did it. I did it because Richard Williams was starving me and our son. The son is now 7 years old. I met them years ago when the son was like around 2. Okay, so I could tell that she didn't love him because she kept caressing her designer bag. Richard Williams was annoyed because a little boy was sprinkling pretzels all over the studio. He kept like, stairs down. He was like really cranky because, you know, toddlers are, they don't want to listen. But I just knew. I said, oh, she don't love him. She don't love him. And now they're trying to get Richard Williams out of the marriage. But Lakeisha said, yes, I forged his name. He was starving me and our son. She also said that they would drive around poor areas of Los Angeles just to look at the black women. This is when I need Toya's face here to say, this is all in the court documents. It's all in the court documents. It's not cute, not knowing. Thanks for hanging with us. We're going to do this for as long as I can. If I have to do this from my home, guess what, y'all? I'm going to do it from home because we're going to let you know what's going on. I know they're practicing the self, what do they call it? I have the social distancing. This is our social distancing, but we're still together. And a lot of people, they're asking not to leave their homes. I'm allowed to come into the studio for a couple of hours a day to do this. And I come in here and I do this. Thanks for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. I'm missing my Toya, missing my Dex. Tell a friend. If you leave a comment, I warn people, don't be nasty and don't be mean. There is no colorism going on. This is my channel. Don't do it. You will get snatched up. We don't do this here. It's all love. Tell a friend. The channel is growing. We don't want to miss a beat, and I'm going to make sure that you don't. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's not cute, not knowing.